I don't say good morning because it's not really a good morning today. We experience a very meaningful day today. The morning, the opening of the Scholar here in Israel. Every year there are another 120,000 kids who are joining the educational system. Later on at 11, there are 4 funerals in 3 different places in Israel. And later on in Washington, we renewed the direct talks with the Palestinians. So talking about security, it goes down finally to people who are murdered by terrorism. And maybe we didn't do it first thing in the morning, but it's not too late to stand up for a moment of silence to honor these 4 Israelis who were murdered yesterday night just because we tried to achieve another peace agreement. You may sit, please. You know, about 17, 18 years ago, when we started to talk with the Palestinians trying to achieve a peace agreement, the kids who went to first grade are now already, most of them in the military service in the IDF. And even for their sake, for the children who are going now to their first grade, we have, I think, first of all, to derive the main lesson of the Oslo process who failed so far to achieve a peace agreement. And the main lesson is that the conflict, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, is not a territorial one. Or let's say it's not only a territorial one. And the formula that we believed in years ago, land for peace, doesn't work. In a way, the other way around, the more you give, the more there are demands, and it just doesn't work. And the thinking that the security agreement, that if we will compromise and give some more and try to be a little bit nicer and more flexible, then we'll be able to achieve a peace agreement. And the peace agreement will bring security. Doesn't work for the last 17 years. And the conclusion for it, there are actually 2 conclusions. One is we have to change the policy, which is, let's call it, diplomacy-based security, which means diplomacy, the agreement will bring the security arrangement. Security arrangement will bring security to the people. Should be changed, and the Israeli policy should be based on a solid security arrangements. If we agree with that, first priority should be given to security. And talking about security, the most effective tool is defensible borders, which is not only the natural right for everybody, for every state to have its defensible borders, but it's also recognized. We remember the UN resolution and later on the Bush letter, the people who agreed about it, the 2 parties who agreed in 2004 and signed on this decision, which is in a President Bush letter, including a young, energetic senator from New York called Hillary Clinton, an unknown congressman called Rahm Emanuel. So people, leaders understand that we are entitled to have security or defensible borders. Where are those borders? Certainly not on the 67 line, because actually the whole notion of defensible borders was because of the failure of the 67 line. Where are they? First of all, let's try and sketch what should they provide these defensible borders. 3 components. The first one is to have enough area in which we can conduct a defense against conventional attack from the east. Some people say we don't really need, there are no attacks from the east. I don't know what will happen in Iraq, not in 10 or 20 years, but in the next coming 2 years. And Iraq participated in every war against Israel from 1948, including sending troops to every war against Israel. So we need, first of all, an area in which we can defend ourselves against conventional attack.